It began on an ordinary Tuesday evening, one of those days that should have ended quietly but didn't. I came home exhausted, expecting the simple comfort of dinner and peace. Instead, Claire greeted me with a faint, mocking smile and said flatly, "I'm not your cook. Handle it yourself." The words landed heavier than she realized. For years, we'd shared every duty, every small effort that made our life together work. Hearing her dismiss it all with such cold arrogance felt like a deliberate strike. For a moment, irritation threatened to rise, but I swallowed it, reacting in anger would only hand her control she seemed eager to claim. Instead, I took a breath, stepped back, and thought, if she wanted to withdraw from something as basic as sharing a meal, then she could also forfeit the influence that came with it. That night, while she scrolled through her phone with feigned indifference, I quietly planned my response. By morning, I had arranged everything. Through a friend, I contacted a professional chef, someone discreet, efficient, and talented. That evening, when Claire came home, the house was filled with the aroma of perfectly cooked food. The table was set neatly, the presentation precise. She stopped at the doorway, confusion flashing across her face where mockery had once lived. She had expected irritation, maybe a fight, not calm competence. I simply nodded toward the meal and said nothing. She sat down silently, eating without her usual remarks. I could see the questions forming behind her eyes, but I let the silence linger. Over the following days, the chef continued to prepare exquisite meals, arriving quietly and leaving without fuss. Claire's sarcasm returned at first, comments about how lavish or unnecessary it all was, but her words no longer carried weight. I ate in peace, unbothered, her bitterness dissolving against my calm. Soon, the tone of her remarks began to shift. Her confidence wavered. The smirk faded. She started asking questions: how long the chef would stay, whether she could help plan the menu, if I still wanted her input. It was a small but visible crack in her pride. The control she once assumed she had was slipping away, replaced by a restless unease she couldn't quite name. By the second week, the sarcasm had vanished entirely. In its place came hesitation, an almost pleading curiosity wrapped in polite conversation. She tested the boundaries I had set, looking for any sign that I still depended on her approval. But my composure remained steady. I didn't need to prove anything anymore. What she didn't realize was that the lesson was already unfolding. Without a single argument, without raising my voice, I had made it clear that respect was not optional, and that manipulation had lost its power. By the end of the month, Claire's demeanor had changed completely. The superiority was gone, replaced by a quiet awareness that something fundamental had shifted. She asked to be involved again, to share in the routine she had once dismissed. But by then, her role in deciding how things worked had already been rewritten. It was never about the food. It was about respect, balance, and knowing when to stop fighting to be understood. Claire had tried to test my patience. Instead, she discovered my resolve. Through calm action and quiet boundaries, I had reclaimed my space, my peace, and my self-respect, and taught her that silence, when used wisely, can speak louder than any argument ever could.